just press the go live button. So you can start whenever you're ready. So one second.
Okay.
First, hi everybody. I'm Alexis. I'm the Vice President for University Pride with WSA. I'm joined today with the Vice President from CAB, Sarah Obermeyer. So I'll hand it over to Sarah.
Hi, everyone. Good morning and happy Western Wednesday. As Alexis said, my name is Sarah Obermeyer. I am the current Vice President of Western's Campus Activities Board. And we are here to talk with you a little bit more about opportunities within CAB for you to get involved, for you to learn a bit more about the organization. And I'm super excited to be here. So thank you to WSA for inviting us in. Thank you. And what is Campus Activities Board? So the Campus Activities Board is a student-run organization. We are responsible for finding and bringing quality entertainment to students of WMU, and we bring in movies, magicians, musicians, and more. So we have our General Assembly meetings that are Mondays at 8 p.m. this semester on Zoom, and then every Thursday we have an on-campus event. And you may be thinking, what do these on-campus events look like? How do I get involved? And I will be answering all of those questions for you. So how can you get involved with the Campus Activities Board? We have weekly General Assembly meetings that are Mondays from 8 p.m. Next semester, they will be 8:30 p.m. on Zoom. So what these General Assemblies look like is you're able to get the chance to actually plan these events that happen every single Thursday. On top of that, not only do you get to plan, be involved with some cool different projects, have ideas, and be able to execute on those, you're also able to get to know one another with all the other cabbies, which is what we call our General Assembly members of the organization. You're able to do some fun icebreakers, get to know each other. We do those every single meeting. We have event planning time where you're able to throw out your ideas, sign up for different areas for where you can volunteer at the events and help at those. And then we also have team building activities as well as some leadership development. Recently, we had a CAB alumni come in who works in student affairs at Wayne State, and she came and taught us about leadership. We've had Lead Corps come in from the Office of Student Engagement. They've done some super amazing activities with us. So it's also a chance to get to develop your skills and get to know yourself a little bit more. And then our weekly events. What do those look like? They are every single Thursday. They are at a varying of different times, and we have a varying of different events, and they are all very different. But what's really great about that is we're bringing a lot of different things to campus, a lot of different ways for students to get involved, and everyone is able to find something that they like. So our volunteers from our General Assembly and those cabbies, they are a critical part in executing these weekly on-campus events, or more recently, the weekly online/on-campus events, because with social distancing and COVID guidelines, we're just trying to keep everyone safe this semester. So what do these events look like? I keep talking about events, but what exactly do they look like? We have 6 different committees, and those are Miller Movie, special events, cultural events, concert events, comedy events, and cabby nights. So Miller Movies, those typically are at Miller Auditorium. We are able to host a movie like Crazy Stupid Love free. There's free popcorn. People come in, watch the movie, and they go home and they leave. And it's just a different way for students to watch recently released films at a reduced rate. This semester, we are doing them virtually just to keep everyone safe, but that's usually what they look like in a normal year. Special events. The beauty of special events is it captures so many different things in so many different areas of interest. So for one of the special events, we had the spa night. That's like a very popular special event of ours that usually happens at the end of every semester. Alexis last year put it on, and it was super fun. It's a great way to de-stress right before exams. So spa night is one of my favorite in the world. And then our cultural events. So what do those look like? Recently for a cultural event, we had the Asia Project come in, do some slam poetry, and that was super impactful, really, really cool. Concert events, that's one of the fan favorites. We had Little Yachty come in last November. That was a super big event, obviously, and then that had lots of moving parts. So there's lots of different ways for the cabbies to get involved with that event, right up until the event actually happened, and then they could be there all day volunteering, working on different projects, and it was really cool, super fun. And then comedy events, we have stand-up comedians come in, or we'll do Last Bronco Standing. Recently, we are looking at bringing a big comedian in for the spring semester, which is super, super exciting. So more information on that is to come in the near future, so keep your eyes peeled. And then our cabby nights, which is what I host. And that's a space for all our General Assembly members to get to know one another in a relaxed environment. And we'll do fun games like Pictionary, trivia, stuff like that. And then there are also prizes. So that is what all of our events look like. And then big question, when you're joining a student like RSO, you're always like, are there like chances for me to grow as a person? Are there leadership opportunities? And absolutely they are. So we have our CABI-led events. Those are once a semester. So we have CABIs who are able to be nominated, and then after they are elected, they are able to plan an event completely by themselves. We had laser tag one year, we had archery tag one year, we've had an escape room, we've had coffee with a twist. Those are all different events that our cabbies were able to plan and do themselves. And what's really cool about that is you can bring whatever idea you have, execute it, and then it's also a really good stepping stone for our executive board. This year we are having our executive board elections on February 22nd. They are like, I joined the executive board my freshman year of college, and it was the best decision I've ever made in my life. And you are able to be a part of our team, and you have weekly e-board meetings. You're able to work with a lot of different leaders on campus, so grow your network. You're also able to plan some events. You're able to have a lot of ideas and make a really big impact on the organization and the campus as a whole. It's really recommended that you attend CAB before elections, but the elections are open to everyone just as long as you are nominated before those actual elections on February 22nd. And then I also mentioned CAB also is a great place to grow your network, learn some leadership skills as well, but those CAB-led events and these executive board positions are super fun, and I would know because I have done them both. And then also with CAB, we have a lot of opportunity for other registered student organizations to come in and work with CAB. So there's lots of different ways you can do that, and they all look a little bit different, but we have partnerships as well as collaborations, which will allow students to have some assistance in planning as well as running that event and getting the logistics that they need, sometimes even some financial contributions from the Campus Activities Board. And you can learn more about that on our beautiful website, which our IT coordinator, Ashray, updates all the time. And that is wmucab.com/collaborations. Head there, you can see all the resources that are available for your registered student organization. If you want to be a featured registered student organization, which is a way where we can promote your RSO at CAB, any events you have upcoming, email cab-outreach@wmich.edu to get a hold of Chelsea, who is our outreach coordinator, and she can help you. And then we have also opportunities for RSOs to become RSO representatives with CAB. They're able to showcase their meetings and upcoming events, as well as anything that's happening within their world of their RSO at every single CAB General Assembly meeting. And they can promote themselves at all CAB events as well. So those are some opportunities for your registered student organization to get involved with CAB and tap into those resources. Finally, our social media. We are active on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and they are all at WMU CAB. You can check out our beautiful website. As I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of information on upcoming events, how you can get involved, our executive board, our office hours as well. So if you have any ideas for things that you want to come to campus, you can reach out to any of our executive board leaders, and they would be more than happy to have a conversation with you. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to the president, Emma, or myself. Both of our emails are cab-president or cab-vp@wmich.edu. And finally, you may ask what's happening this week with CAB, and it is our spa week. We are making our spa week in a virtual format instead of the traditional in-person format, just to keep everyone safe. And there are some amazing prizes. So if you come to more events for spa week, you are more likely to win a super cool prize. We're doing some drawings at the end of the week for a weighted blanket, a salt lamp. I cannot remember the third prize for the life of me, but it's also a really great prize. And so tonight we have at 7 p.m. we have DIY face masks with Marley. She is very good at doing her face masks. I've seen her do them multiple times. And then we also have stretching with Emma, and she would know how to stretch because she is a dance major. I don't know how to stretch very well, so I'm looking forward to hopping on our Instagram live tonight, 7 p.m. watch some face masks, do some stretching. And then Thursday on our Instagram live, we have coloring with Jenna and tea making with Athena. So that's what's happening the rest of this week. Very exciting stuff. And that is all I have on my end Oh, you're right, Oshrite is the essential oil diffuser. Thank you for pointing that out. So you could win an essential oil diffuser, a weighted blanket, or a salt lamp. So that is all I have for my presentation. I can't really tell how many people are here, but does anyone have any questions?
So if they have any questions, they can throw them in the chat. I know that when I asked WSA for some questions, they wanted to know about if it's open to more than just like first year students, because I know you guys are a very first year friendly RSO. We'll start there.
Yeah. Absolutely. CAB, we love first year students. This is an organization you can come any year. We have people of all like age ranges, all different like years in college. We are open to everyone. We freaking love our first year students, man. Like I said earlier, I actually joined the executive board my freshman year. So there's a lot of ways for you to get involved, even starting from your freshman year, being able to build those skills, take an e-board position, lead CABI, led event, all that stuff. And so even like the sooner you come in, you're not just going to be like chilling out. Like you can chill out if you want to, of course, but there's a lot of great opportunities for you to really get involved, dive in, and make a really great impact even as a freshman. So that's a really good question. Thank you, Alexis.
Yeah, awesome. I know I'm kind of biased. I absolutely love CAB. As Sarah said, like I was in CAB for a number of years, and I like still going to your guys' events. So what's your favorite memory with CAB?
Ooh, my favorite memory? That's a tough one. I would say probably CAB Carnival my freshman year. It was ridiculously fun. I loved CAB Carnival my freshman year. So that was really, really fun. I was like running around taking pictures. Or probably, I really liked the hypnotist last year. I have so many great memories with CAB. I could go on and on and on. But I just always love like running our events, seeing all of our cabbies there, volunteering, getting involved, doing some amazing things. And then like seeing an event go from like the planning stage to actually executing, and then like all of campus comes. There's like nothing quite like that. And so that like makes me so excited for every single one of our events. And I would say probably my actual favorite event, just because I will never probably do anything like this again, was the Little Yachty concert. I mean, come on. That was insane. That was super fun. So that was probably my favorite memory. I have a lot though.
I know being able to buy almond milk for Lil Yachty, like it's just something that I'll probably never get to say again. And that was such a fun memory for me. So
oh my
I
God,
would say that's also top 10, top favorite moments.
Exactly. That
looks like we have a comment in the questions in the comments. Ashray says, what plans does CAB have for the spring semester? And do I have to be present for all meetings to be in CAB?
Yeah, that is a super great question. So for the spring semester, we are planning to do virtual events as well as hopefully maybe some in-person events in the spring if we can keep everyone safe, socially distanced, masked up, of course. So TBD on in-person, but we for sure have a large comedy show coming up in the spring, which is something I'm super excited about. Like I said, that is being planned actually as we speak. Keep your eyes open. There will be a poll coming out soon with some choices for the comedian, and then your voice can be heard. You can vote for who you'd want to see do a virtual comedy event, and that's super, super exciting. We also have a virtual CAB Carnival coming up. We have some Miller movies coming up, special events coming up, jam-packed full semester, as well as some of those cabbie nights. So there's lots of different events coming up the entire spring, and those will be announced shortly. But I would say the best way to learn more about upcoming events for CAB, specifically in the spring semester, is come to our General Assembly meetings, because then you'll be able to get involved with the planning. You'll be the first to know. Our cabbies are the first to know anything, especially about those big events. Like our cabbies were the first to know, like, who was the concert picked, like who was the pick. So come to GA to learn more about the events upcoming and get involved with those. And then, do I have to be present at all meetings to be a part of CAB? No. That is something beautiful about CAB. So you're able to become a cabbie and receive voting rights if you come to three General Assembly meetings in a row. So what voting rights look like is you're able to make decisions on who is elected for e-board positions, as well as those cabbie-led events. Collaborations, we vote on all collaborations and proposals at our General Assembly meeting. So you're able to vote on those. You're able to vote on a lot of different things. But only have to come to 3 meetings in a row. You can actually miss one meeting, but if you come to the next one, your voting rights remain intact. So you're still able to have a say in everything going on. You also don't have to be like, you can still be like a general cabbie and just not have voting rights without coming to every single meeting. That's definitely possible. So that's a really good question. Thank you for asking that, Ashray.
How is CAB operating digitally? Like how is through GA? How is it different than past years?
Yeah, so RGA actually looks pretty similar. It's just the only difference is we're not really in the Bernhard Center sitting at our round tables. So how it looks is we open our meetings the same. We have icebreakers every single week where we will send out our cabbies to their like individual breakout rooms. So they're all able to chat with each other, get to know each other. And then after that icebreaker, we go through like, hey, what's coming next? And so we'll review any events. People have the chance to make any announcements. We will vote on any collaborations and proposals on Zoom. And you're able to do that by either like putting in the chat or raising your hand like on your screen, depends on the vote. And then on top of that too, at the end of all of our events, we end with our committee time, which is where we will send you to a breakout room. You will be just with the event coordinator who is going to be planning the upcoming event. And then you're able to have a say in everything that is coming. So you'll be talking like straight to the comedy coordinator, the Miller movie coordinator, the special events coordinator. You're able to have that one-on-one conversation with them. They're able to bounce ideas off of you. They're asked a lot frequently for your help because especially right now in the virtual space, like CAB hasn't done this before. We've never done a fully virtual semester. So there's lots of room for innovation and creativity right now. And it's really needed by our cabbies. So that's what those committee times look like is you're just in a breakout room chilling, and then our meetings are adjourned for general assembly after the committee time. So that's what those kind of look like. Sorry, that was a little bit of a rambly answer, but yes.
It was an answer. You're good. You got it. So are meetings going to be virtual next semester too?
Yes, they are going to be virtual. They're going to be at 8:30 p.m. on Zoom next semester. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, if like weather allows, maybe we'll do some outdoor events that are like safe and socially distant. However, that's kind of TBD based on what's happening currently in the world, because we had a really fun drive-in movie event, but we unfortunately had to cancel that because of the new Michigan pause. So we'll just like keep our eyes open, but hopefully there are some events that are in person. So if you come to our virtual general assemblies, you might be able to help plan for an in-person on-campus event.
Fantastic. And then what's the election process look like for next semester?
Yeah, so what we do is we open up nominations for elections 3 weeks before our elections. So 3 meetings before the elections, we're going to open up the floor for nominations. So all that you have to do for elections are you have to be nominated by another cabbie, or you can even nominate yourself. Someone just has to second that nomination. And then on February 22nd will be our elections. Everyone will be giving a speech. If you are running for just any coordinator position, that's a 2-minute speech, and you are allowed to be asked 2 questions. If you are running for president, you will be doing a 3-minute speech, and you'll be able to ask 3 questions. And then in your speech, what we look for is you talking about some leadership experience that you have, some maybe why you're passionate about CAB, what ideas you have for the position, as well as your other time commitments on campus, because, or even outside of campus, like if you have a job or anything like that, because our executive board is around a 10-hour commitment a week, and it is also a paid position as well. So we want to make sure that everyone has time in their schedules to be a part of the e-board, but it is a super great experience, and it's also a job. So that's also something that's really fun.
Sounds awesome. Yeah, I freaking love CAB, so I can just go on for CAB. What not vice president roles, what coordinator roles are there available for people to run for?
Yeah, so we have 12 different executive board positions. I'm going to see if I can name them all at the top of my head. So we have a special events coordinator, we have a cultural coordinator, we have a Miller movie coordinator, we have an outreach coordinator, we have a did I mention IT already? No, I don't think so. IT coordinator. We have a social like media coordinator, and then we also have like a design coordinator who does all the posters. I can't remember their exact titles, but it's someone does social media, someone does the posters, comedy coordinator, concert coordinator, and then we have president, vice president, and I am forgetting one. I am forgetting one. Oh my gosh. Treasurer! And that's all 12 positions that are open. Thank you so much, Ashray. So I knew I was forgetting an important one too. I was like, what? But those are
counts the money.
yeah, no, we just kind of throw away our receipts. So yes, those are all of the positions that we have open for next semester, and they are all 100% completely up for grabs. You don't even have to have voting rights to run for one of these positions. Like I said, you just have to be nominated before the day of elections, and you like every single position is open. Like president is open, vice president is open. We get a completely new executive board every single year. So even if people were on executive board this year and they want to be on it again, they have to run again. And so every single position is open.
Fun. What advice would you give to someone that's going to CAB for the first time and doesn't know anybody, whether it be just because they're younger or just because they don't go to CAB? Like, what advice would you give that person, especially since we're virtual?
Yeah, that's a really great question. I'm going to go off of kind of like what I would give myself freshman year. And the advice I would give myself freshman year is like, don't be afraid to talk to people or any of the e-board members or any of the cabbies. So like when you're in those breakout rooms, like that's a time for you to get to know the people around you. And some of those relationships that you build at CAB are like some of the best relationships you might have in your life. I know some of my best friends I met through CAB my freshman year, and they're my best friends now. And it's like almost 3 years later. And so it's like, take that time in your breakout rooms on Zoom, get to know the people around you, be active in the group chat. And it's like, no one's going to be like, oh, she's too involved with CAB. Like, that's not a thing. Like, we love the enthusiasm and the passion. Like, you're allowed to be like silly and show your personality. We're not like a super formal organization. So it's like, take that time, really throw yourself out there. And I know it's so hard and it's so scary when you don't know people, because I was there. I used to not speak at CAB meetings. I used to like sit in my chair at my table and I would not talk to anyone because I was like, I don't know anyone. But you get the most out of it after you start building those relationships. And seriously, the people I met at CAB, no one is going to judge you. Everyone will love you and accept you for who you are. So that would be my advice for anyone who is new to attending CAB.
Awesome. Well, it looks like we have about 5 more minutes. Is there anything else that you think is pertinent to CAB people or like experiences that you want to talk about? Anything in general?
Yeah, I would just say, like CAB doesn't even like need to be like your organization. There's still a lot of different opportunities to get involved and a lot of different resources that CAB has to offer everyone on campus, all students and all RSOs. And like, this is your organization. So even if you don't want to be a General Assembly member, there's still ways for you to get involved with our events. There's still ways for you to request funding for your RSOs events, stuff like that. So I would say like, look into it if that's something you're interested in. Cause like, this is your organization and we're really here for all students of campus. So if you have any event ideas, we have a suggestion box on our website. Go fill that out. Like, go through the proposal process, nominate yourself for like a collaboration, do the paperwork. And we're here for you. So that's what kind of my final thoughts.
Awesome. Well, I will leave it at that. Hopefully you guys will go check out CAB. Do you have any more GA meetings this semester?
We have one more this semester. The theme is going to be like our holiday party. So feel free to bust out those snowflake sweaters, if you will. I know I have a very fun one that I will be wearing. And then we will be back semester 2 in January, on probably January 18th, if I did that math correctly in my head. Second Monday after the semester.
Fantastic. Starts. All right. Well, thank you, Sarah, for joining us, and happy Western Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Western Wednesday. Thank you.